Alright guys, I'm gonna do an audio check real quick because I don't know if my mic is loud enough for you guys to hear me. So let me do that real quick and then we'll get underway. Alright, mic's definitely loud enough, so we will get going here. I've got BNSF 9884, which is an SC70 Mac. I've got 5704 and AC44CW. I got 130 loaded coal hoppers, I believe. That's usually what's on the trains that come by me. And then another AC44 on the rear. This one's been on fire. Typical of the late 90s GE, because they had cooling issues. The Jivas, they fixed them, but... Alright, let's make sure our headlight gets turned on. There we go. I think we're good to get going here. I do not like how in this game you have to like tap the throttle to get the engines to crawl forward, because otherwise it'll just lurch and you'll get rough handling. You want to stretch the slack out as even as possible. That bell's gonna get annoying. It says our EOT is moving, so you can see, I never really noticed the jointed rail scripting on this is pretty good. It even has 5709, which I'm pretty sure is the road number of the DPU. If we check, 5709, right? Yeah, it is. I didn't know it did that. That's really cool. Guess we'll get going then. We've got, wow, 17,393 tons trailing on the drop bar. It's insane. The Mac only puts down 4,000 horsepower, but we got 244s. Guess we can go to 6. Won't go any higher than that though. See, I did some research and I found that the diesels, I don't know if this is totally true. I'm not an engineer, at least not yet, but the engines, not 6 they can run and not 6 forever, but like 7 and 8 the engines will overheat. So they can't be ran at notch 8 like at all times. I think like 15 minutes is how long they can run at notch 8 before they overheat. Something like that. I don't know. I saw a couple videos and I read a little bit about it. Now this game doesn't have an alerter, unfortunately. Train Simulator from Dovetail Games does, but I have to admit it definitely gets annoying while you're running. And I mean it is realistic, but when I'm playing Train Simulator, Trainz, I like to kind of relax. So like, yeah, it's realistic, but I don't have to worry about hitting the alerter every 15 seconds. There's our traction motor sound kicking in from the AC-44 behind us. And I updated this route because the crossings... This route is only for Trainz a New Era. It's not updated to 19. So I updated it to 19. I had to go back through and fix all the crossings because the old ones, I think, were for Resi Trainz, and that site is down. Like, it doesn't exist. So there were also no whistle posts, and a couple of the signals were just broken. So I spent a lot of hours going up and down and fixing everything. And yeah, this isn't the most detailed route, but I love running it. It's the CSX Hanover, I believe. Or no, not Hanover, Saginaw. It's from Wit Simulation. You can find it on their website. Yes, it's totally unrealistic that a BNSF coal train would be running on CSX in Michigan, but it doesn't matter. It's still fun. There's a couple of bumps here and there, but I don't fix them. It gives the route a little personality, because in real life, sometimes going down the road, these engines hit some bumps. I really like the K3 on this engine. I can't remember where I got this. I think this is on the Flame Rails website. I got the prime mover sound from NARM. It's the 16710 G3B. Because the stock sounds on the jointed rail SC70 are just garbage. There's something I need to fix. That car shouldn't be through the gate like that. Another thing I haven't been able to figure out is, so I have a locomotive in this game. It's the CP-SD90/43, and it's built in, but whenever you blow the horn, it automatically rings the bell. I wish I could figure out how that is. It's gotta be in the scripting somewhere. Like, it has to be in the config or something. It has to be somewhere that you can enable that. But I can't get it to work on any other engine. I've been really trying to figure it out. I'll demonstrate it. If I don't forget, I'll show you guys before the end of the video, or before the end of the stream. I don't think we'll be stopping anytime soon, so... crossing over. I think this is the CN. I'm not sure. Taco Bell up here. Extremely nice model of the Taco Bell. Here. I should have time real quick to just show you guys the CPSD 9043 Mac. There. So when I press the horn button, it automatically turns on. You also may have noticed that the prime mover sound was updated on that CP. What I did was So when you get payware content through N3V, you're not able to modify it. They lock you out of the configs. So what I did was I just found the base engine sound, which was from Jointed Rail, and I swapped the NARM files in place of the Jointed Rail ones. So now every engine that comes from Jointed Rail has the updated sounds. And that's actually really useful because it keeps me from having to go through and change the KUIDs because they just come stock with that sound. And I also changed the bell. I don't know if you guys noticed it has an EMD bell now instead of the GE bell that would have had from Jointed Rail. That just was something that really bothered me, was when I was running an EMD locomotive and it had the GE bell, because like I just knew in my mind that it wasn't very realistic. At this point we got a 15 coming up, so we're gonna have to start dynamics. Alright, that's definitely been 10 seconds, so I'll go ahead and give it one here, and we'll put some slack on the couplers. We'll go up to 2. I don't know why it says rough handling, we're dynamic braking. I wish that the engines in this game actually made the dynamic braking sounds, because all it does is just make the same prime mover sound instead of the fans running. That would be a nice touch if they added that in. I don't think they would use this heavy dynamics in real life, but I kind of forgot there was a restriction up here, so that's my bad. They would start braking a lot earlier than this. Many frickin' crossings through this town. I don't remember what it's called. I don't know any of the towns along this route. I did get down to 15 a little earlier than I would have liked. Oh. Forgot these crossing gates have a glitch. You have to be in notch 1, otherwise they go back up. It's weird. For some reason, so like, I guess the way the sensor works is it detects that you're coming by the train accelerating. So like, as long as you're in notch 1, or if you're in dynamic notch 1, or higher than that, you know, 2 or 3, it'll recognize the train coming. If you're at idle like this, like 0, the train is technically not approaching the crossing, and the gates won't go down until the entire train's cleared, like actually gone through it. It's really weird. See, like as soon as I hit the throttle, the gates go up, but if I put it back in 0, watch, they'll go right back up. The lights will turn off. It's so weird. I don't know if that's a bug. I hate this part. You have to slow down to 15 and clear this entire yard, and then you go back up to the 30s the rest of the way. And then there's a... Oh, I do know one town. It's Holly. So if you guys have played Trainz with a Z, you may remember the CN Holly sub route. Well, this line that we're on, if you remember, when you go through Holly, you go over a crossover. That crossover is actually this route we're on here. I thought it would be cool if I could get the CN Holly. I don't know where the original route is, but if I could get that route and somehow merge it with this one, that would be so dope. Because then you could run this, and you could run the CN Holly all the way. It'd be so much fun. Because we're not far from Durand, I think. Now, one thing I'll say, the 16710 G3B, like in real life, has a really nice idle sound, but in this game it is so loud. It's louder than every other prime mover. Like if you put an SD70 and a consist, that's the only locomotive you're going to hear in this game, because it's so loud. I might have to eventually go into Audacity and tweak the volume. But I really do like the quality. Narm did an outstanding job with production of this sound file. It's really good. Definitely the best one out there. I do have the SRS SD75M I bought in the BNSF, and it also has a really good 16710 G3B, but definitely not as good as this one. Now we're just going to be cruising for a while so I can kind of get out. I don't know why I'm running such bad frame rate right now. Usually my PC does a pretty good job with this route because of how old it is, but I need to add bogey sounds to all these coal cars because they're just absolutely silent. See how our DP is doing. It's chugging. Oh, you know something I forgot? Forgot the DPU light. Man, that FRA would be on us if we did that. I don't even think it's possible for a DPU to run, though, without the light on. It's probably just in the programming. But yeah, I don't want to give away the rest of the route yet, if you guys haven't seen it. But I'll go to Holly real quick and show you guys. That's Clyde, and then Holly is right here. So this route here, so if you guys remember, right about here, there's a crossing, and then there's like a gas station up here, and then after this curve here, you would go in through here, and this is all on the CN Holly, running through here, and then it goes back to double track. Well, this part that crosses over here, this is the CSX, this is actually what we're running on right now. So our train is going to come down this track, it's all the way back there right now, and then it's going to come through town, and then keep going that way. I'll have to get on, what is it, Trainz Driver 2, and I'll have to check that out and see how close the original CN Holly map is to this one, and I'll make another video on that, because this might be a fun project, trying to merge the two routes. Not sure if it would be possible to do. I don't know what that sound is, but it's very low quality. Oh, well, I guess while we're waiting to get through the yard, I could show you guys the SD75M prime mover. It's right under all this, right? Now let's just look up SD75 and it should pop up. Oh, there it is. H3 technically. Notch 2 is actually notch 3. It skips a notch. So that means that notch 3 is actually what 4 is supposed to be. But the good thing is it has a really nice cab, so, and the horn. That's actually not the, well, that is the horn that comes on the engine, but it won't sound like that. The horn that comes on this engine has a horrible loop, and I attempted to fix it in Audacity. You can still hear it's kind of rough. It's a lot better than it was, though, trust me on that. And I gave it a proper EMD bell. I've done a lot of sound stuff in this game. Sounds are, in my opinion, one of the things that this game really needs work with. So I've done my best to make everything sound as realistic as possible. Alright, back here on the point of our coal train. Y'all seeing this? $239 and $249 for diesel? What? What year was this map made? Holy crap. I don't know why the track sounds are glitching in the background, but they're cutting out. I doubt anybody will watch this actually live. We might have a couple people go back and rewatch it, but no, one thing I was wondering, and again, if anybody is like an engineer or would know the answer to this, please leave a comment or something. But so the way speed signs work in this game and in real life, according to the BNSF rules I've been looking at, is so when you pass a speed sign, like 35 for example, which is what this is, that speed does not become applicable until the entire train has passed that sign. So how does the engineer know when the entire train is passed? Does he start the distance counter? I'm guessing that's what they do, because otherwise I don't know how they would be able to tell other than just guessing. But I mean, at that point, you're just wasting time because you don't know how far you need to go. Track sounds are kind of functioning now. this point, the DPU is definitely in the yard. I can go check, but I'm 100% positive it's gotta be. Yeah, it's just clearing the yard now, and that's our speed sign. So if you wait, it'll update as soon as that's passed. Yep, there you go. My train instantly went to notch 3. Well, while we're coming through this area, I can tell you guys a little bit. So another thing I had to fix is you see that second bridge, we're going under one right now. That bridge way up there, we're gonna go under. For some reason, the bridge that they were using had collapsed, like it was blocking the tracks. And so I had to use a different bridge because that one just would not work with this game. I like the way this one looks much better, so. I got a 30 coming up in a mile. And I'm pretty sure PTC shows you all the information on the bottom. So like, it'll obviously show you the signals, like whatever territory you're under, red, yellow, and green. And then it shows you speeds, I'm pretty sure. It may show mileposts, I don't know. And I'm pretty sure it shows grades as well, even though it doesn't matter because Trip Optimizer. Coming up to a grade and Trip Optimizer will slow the whole train down and then throw it into notch 8. Because of physics, a train this size, it works really well because there's basically no friction because of how small the contact point is with the ring. The problem with trains is starting them moving because of the static friction. So that's why the couplers have slack in them, because when the train starts out, it's easy for the locomotive to just slacken out one car. So then after it does that, it can slacken out the second car, then the third, then the fourth, and then all the way to the rear. Does those all one at a time, and then once the train is moving, it's easy to keep it moving, besides going at a 2% grade, but it's just once we're at this speed, oh man, it would suck for us to have to slow down, because it'll take us forever to regain all that momentum that we're going to lose. Full trains, I think these are probably some of the heaviest trains that the railroads run. I don't think intermodals even come close to the weight of these. Unless maybe it's like a 17,000 footer, but those S trains, I mean, if it's empty, it's not gonna weigh still. I don't know how much those containers can hold. One complaint I do have about this route, and I don't know who built it, but the sidings are so short. Like, do y'all see the siding we just passed? Like, you could maybe fit a local in there, but no way in hell a moderate-sized freight train would fit in that siding. almost ran right out in front of us there. Could have been a Pontiac, I'm not sure. It was really low quality, so... Uh-oh. This car up here just got stuck. Yeah, so in real life we would hit that car. Wait, I can fix it. It should move. Come on, go buddy, go! There it goes. We just saved that man's life. I think, let's see. Yep, my man lived. We saved that man's life by letting the crossing gates go up. See, that just shouldn't happen. I don't know why the gates do that, and I don't know why that car didn't stop at the proper location. That is one problem with this game, though. It uses those stoppers. Oh, did not realize we're coming up on a 20. Wait a couple seconds, because I bet all that slack's probably at the rear by now. For the dynamics. Go to 2. I don't care about rough handling. Don't expect Amtrak quality from That's another thing that bothers me about this game is it always says rough handling, even when you're doing your best to not rough handle. There have been times where I've just been running along, like I've literally been at idle, not even on the throttle, just coasting along, and my game tells me that I am rough handling, and I'm just like, what the heck? Like, there's no way this is rough handling. I didn't see that there was a 15 behind the 20. What the heck is that? I do not understand some of the things on this route. Apparently I was speeding, even though I don't see why there's a 15. We're on the same exact straight track we were on before. This curve does not look sharp at all. We're not switching tracks, we're not going through a siding. I have no idea why we are at 15. And how is that rough handling? I just went into notch 1. It's still rough handling, apparently. Speed restrictions don't make any sense. I think I'm going to remove that 15. What I bet happened was I bet that 15 was placed for the sidetrack that we just passed. That's probably initially what the creators wanted. But I bet because this isn't built for GRS 19, somehow the physics got screwed up, and that's probably what happened. These bridges are new as well. When I got the route, there were no bridges, so I replaced these. Actually, no, I think I just downloaded an identical bridge that was a different KUID and swapped it. I don't even remember, it's been so long since I saw this. I was playing this game a lot, but then I started working again, and I've just been so busy. I actually worked 4 hours today. As soon as I got home, I started streaming for you guys. I haven't played this game in weeks. Been on my grind, getting that money. There's another 5 in front of the road number on that DPU. Oh, wait a second. Don't worry guys, I'm still blowing the horn. That's why. Whoa, wait a second, where am I at? What just happened? Somehow I got put on the tail end. Oh, I think I blew for that crossing. I don't know. There we go. Now it's proper. Even with this siding, this one's a little bit longer, but you can only fit 70 cars in the siding. I know because I've tested it. You can only fit about 70 grainers behind 2 locomotives. That's about the maximum capacity. And, I mean, what's the point because you're blocking like 4 crossings? You know, I don't know why they designed it this way. It doesn't make any sense. Sidings don't often have crossings, because the whole point of a siding is you're going to store the train there.
Total axles 5, 2, 2, train speed 1, 5, FDH, detector out.
We have 500 something axles. Did I fix the bell? No. Backwards, I don't know how, but go, we got another 15 up here. God knows why. We're getting close to Holly. I always know when I go through this set of crossings up here. God, I didn't get rough handling for once. Let's go. Nope, there it is. I knew it was coming. I bet it's because of the DPU pushing. See, if I had all three of the units up in the front, it would create incredible strain on the consist. But it would be easier to handle, I guess, in this game. In real life, DPUs provide significant benefits because of the placement, but this game, I'm assuming what happens is, so my notch control is happening, just like up here, when I go to notch 2, obviously the lead units are going to respond to that, but in the rear, the DPU is also responding to that, which in real life is not how it works. The real life DPU has computers built into it that will tell it when to assist and when to back off so that the train doesn't get too much compression, you know, because you don't want the lead engines up here idling and have the rear engine just smoking non-aid. Then you'll just be putting a bunch of slack in the train. If anything, I think you'd want the DPU to be pushing just a little bit less than the engines from the front or pull to keep adequate slack in your consist. I'm not sure though. Right around this curve should be, you know, Holly crossover. Yep, I can see the CN over there. And I'm actually going to slow down to 10 because it is an unbelievably tight curve up here. And not even, the speed's not going to drop to 10. I'm just going to slow down just for realistic purposes because, holy crap, guys, it's bad how tight the curve is up here. Somebody should fix it. Forgot this across here. To activate properly. Dear Lord. I do find it kind of odd that there's no, like, interchange between these two roads. They cross each other, but there's no, point where the two railroads could connect to each other. Maybe in real life there is somewhere else. But I do know in real life, the CSX, I don't believe, owns this line anymore. I think a short line bought it out, or is using it now. I don't think it's not the Great Lakes Central, it's another short line. CSX is, and I mean, they were barely using it by the late 2010s anyway. Now that I'm through there, I'm going to see it. Some of these postal posts seem awfully close to the tracks. Oh, never mind, I guess that one's fine. so I need to just check. So this is CTC controlled switches, so I need to get these done. In real life, they wouldn't be able to throw these by hand. They would have to have the dispatch or the train control center do it. So we want to be on this far left track here, coming into the yard. This is a hand switch, so that means that these ones up here, no, these are crossover switches. Okay, so these are set properly. We want to cross over because I want this train going into the yard. Alright, McGrew South. We can throw that by hand. Good. Passing yet another one of these short sidings that are useless. You can probably see the end of it from here. Miles an hour. A bit much, I think. Been running for almost an hour now. We've only gone 14 miles. That's what it's going to look like. Well, 14 miles an hour. But we did depart a little bit after 10 o'clock. So it's more like an average of 15, which actually doesn't add up because we were going 30 for quite a while, and then 20. Not sure. Physics are broken. We departed at like 10:06, so 10 more minutes. Let's see where we're at. And here's the end of the siding already. Just to show you how short it is, we've got maybe, that's about 10. It's about 20, it's about 30, maybe 40 coal cars would fit in this siding, because then we've still got the entire train, hasn't even crossed over the CN yet. Like, that's just ridiculous. I love the teardrop EMD tabs. They look so good. And I mean, they give you really good visibility. I think. I don't know. So, I mean, compare that to this. Wow, it's dark in here. Good view, though. Wonder if this has got accurate proportions. Let's see. So, the nose is about at the stripe. Outside. Nose is at about the stripe. Yeah, I think it's pretty accurate. See, some of the interiors in this game, the height proportion is off, and so it looks like you're way higher than you actually are.
That doesn't work. You have to do it your way. Yeah, the only problem is that their warrant wasn't joint, so that's why I can't write anything through it there. So
the bell's broken again. Great. Always happens when I go out of the cab. And I think we've got to stay at 15 because we're going through a junction switch, crossing over Trainz. Right here. So we will maintain 15. Back in town. I'm going. It's a 3-hour drive where I'm going. So I think I'll be back by 7 o'clock. I should be able to do a stream tomorrow. I'd like to do a stream with you guys where I do a local, because like all these, so like these junction tracks here, or not junction, but the siding here, and then like that industry back there. When I get bored, I run a local with some Jeeps. And I just switch out all this stuff, and it's a good couple hours to get it done. And well, I don't know. I have to get some sleep tomorrow, though. I don't want to stay up too late. A lot of work on Friday. And Saturday, I have to get up really early. I'm working late the night before, so I've just been really busy. It's hard to play this game. It's hard to find time when you have a life like us. Going to school, going to work, really a lot of time in between anymore. That's what it's like, I guess, right now. I'm just now noticing this, but I think that the mileage, I think the odometer on my engine has been changing as we've been going. Notice how it says 329,000 now. I think earlier in the stream it said 600,000. I'll go back and check. Yeah, earlier it said 672,000. That's weird that it changed. But also very cool. Joiner Girl's got some good scripting. They're about to release their long-awaited AC44C6M, and I think the SD70 ACC is not far behind. I hope they plan on updating their EMP SD70 Ace. They need to just update everything, honestly, because all their stuff's starting to get outdated. It's from like Trainz 12. We're on 22 now. It's been 10 years, and we're still using the same models. Railroad mods. I'm sorry, but they need to move on past the Dash 9 and the AC44. Like I understand that they have a really good model of it, but all they keep doing is just making a new paint scheme and then releasing it, which I guess they're making a lot of money that way. But like, you know, they make a YN2 AC44, then they make a YN3, then they make a YN3 with different trucks, then they make a repainted YN3, then they make the Spirit units. Like, it's like they make 5 different engines and they're all like the same design. I know that they said that they were planning on doing a Juvo, like hopefully this year. which would be amazing, because it's like, there's no good modern power for this gun. Because the models on Jointed Rail, the SD70 Ace, the front of it is like flat. It's not angled properly. And the ES44s are just outdated. And I mean, you can try to bring them up to modern standards, but the models are just... And I get the reason that this stuff, so like the AC44 or the SD70 Mac, the reason that these models are better is because they've been out for such a long time in real life, and they have access to all of the blueprints and stuff. Whereas with the new Gevos, they don't have all that stuff. But like, look at this. So it definitely could be worse, I guess. But like, just when you get close to it, that light, look at how blurry that is. The skin is just so blurry. What is this chain, dude? And then just like the front of it just looks off proportions. I have to say that the H2W SD70 Mac, definitely one of my favorite engines from JR. I bought the Mac pack, so the BN Executive, then the H2, the H2W, Weathered, and then the H3. I bought them all, because I love the Mac. It's my favorite engine of all time. And I don't get to run it, I don't get to see it in real life, so I run it in Trainz. The best part about this game, I can make whatever consoles I want. I don't get to operate. This bridge is going to be a little bumpy, but why I just blew the horn. Right now we've just got to slowly come up to the crossing, and then we got to throw the switch to go into the yard. The yard definitely is not big enough for this train, but we're still going to come over because why not? Get to listen to the beautiful EMD at idle for a couple minutes here. parked before the crossing, that the conductor could just hop out. I want to get set before this red here. Are we stopped yet? My god. Okay. Finally, the brakes must have caught. Alright, I think that's probably an appropriate amount of time that it would have taken the conductor to throw that switch for us to get going. I don't know why the train just lurched, but... EOT's moving, so... Try notch 3, I guess? At this point, I'm saying we just bring it down that track and get it lined out of the service area. DPU is closer than I thought it was. Trucking along. 9 miles an hour. Oh, I forgot we spawned in that Jevo. Holy crap, that idle is deep. Seconds, we go dynamic. £14,000 of effort. Notch 2. Wow. That's braking effort. Pulling power. 29,000. Over doubles when you go to notch 3. Let's see what 4 will do. Oh wow. Get another 15,000 for every notch, it seems like. Almost 18 miles covered today. It's obviously not very far in real life, but in this game, to have a route that long is pretty difficult. Train Simulator, they have hundreds of miles on one route, but the detail isn't as good as this game. It's a sacrifice. You either get length or detail, and this is a happy in-between for me, this route is. One of those weird times of the day that the sun isn't out. I think my game just crashed. Oh no, here we go. Well, I don't think anyone left any comments, but I'll check. Yeah, nobody's asked anything. Well, I guess that'll do it for the stream. I can leave this train here overnight, and tomorrow we can do something with it if you guys will. Oh, nobody's watching. Who am I talking to? Something will happen with this train sometime in the future. Well, if you're watching, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. If I can figure out how to stop this stream.